Well, my dad was a very special man.
An Odessa businessman is being remembered by his family after a tragic accident. 68-year-old Clyde Hinton died in a crash yesterday. ABC Big 2's Rob Tuch joins us live in studio. And Rob, the family says Clyde owned a few successful businesses.
Well, that's right, Carson. I spoke to the son of Clyde Hinton, who tells me his father had a golden character. Perhaps the most important things that Clyde taught him were about family and business.
He was a pretty much no-nonsense guy. Business, most always.
It was the business in the life of 68-year-old Clyde Hinton that would define his character and shape his legacy. Ricky Wayne Hinton is Clyde's son.
I said this before, and it's the absolute truth. I've never met anyone like him. Never in my life.
On Sunday, just before noon, Clyde was killed in an accident. The city of Midland said that Clyde's car struck a truck head-on Andrews Highway.
If he had the ability to help you, he would help you.
To paint a picture of just who Clyde Hinton was, he was a selfless man with heart and integrity. Ricky says nothing was handed over to Clyde on a silver spoon in his life. Clyde lost his own father when he was 14. His son Ricky tells me Clyde started working in the oil fields when he was 15. And at 19, Clyde was a company man, in charge of other men. Clyde carried that work ethic through his life.
He took care of everyone around him. And it takes broad shoulders to carry that kind of load. And I believe he had the broadest of all.
He was a self-made man. Clyde's values centered around the hard work that shaped his life.
He would do anything for anybody, but he fully expected you to work hard, take care of your business, be good to your family, keep your morals and your ethics tight, and there ain't nothing in the world he wouldn't do for you.
His son Ricky says his dad's work ethic was impeccable, that he was blessed with an opportunity while working at a company called Packer Sales to take over the company. And Ricky says because of the way his father was helped in business, Clyde wanted to return that favor to others.
The circle of people that Dad was able to help is phenomenal. It sincerely is.
There is no doubt that Clyde was serious about many things. One of them was his family, especially his own kids, as they grew up in their childhood.
And he would just come in after work and he'd stick his pinky up and he'd grab me and my brother and just pick us up and take us and sit us down. So I think the lesson was, don't mess with Dad.
And if there was one thing Ricky could tell his dad right now, it's this.
That I will absolutely do my best to keep this family together and to keep his name alive and to keep his ethics and morals alive and pass them on to my kids and my grandkids and let them know exactly how special he was.
Now Ricky says his father would sponsor the family's grandchildren in softball and that Clyde never forgot to send flowers to all the girls in his family on Valentine's Day. Ricky says about his dad, he's never met anyone like him. In the studio, I'm Rob Tuch for ABC Big 2 News.
All right, great story there, Rob. Thank you. And police say the cause of the crash that killed Clyde Hinton is still under investigation.
The two in the truck that he hit were sent to the hospital with minor injuries.